Well, isn't that a thing? Update 30.2. As you could expect, link to this in the forum to the forum post about this in the description below. Bunch of fixes, optimizations, changed Sevagoth's gloom effects, and well, there's kind of a biggie when it comes to rewards for railjack. Instead of it, oh, I'm gonna have to go there, aren't I? What it is basically when it comes to scrap wreckage, you can only hold 30. Or you could before, so if you hit 30 and you were busy farming stuff outside of actual scrap wreckage, and you hit 30, you basically, let's be honest, lose stuff that you probably don't want anyway. Prime example would be, ooh, actually, I don't know what that is, shield-wise. Whether it's worse or better than what I have, but yeah, the weapons I'm pretty much set on. Shield arrays, not so much. So I will keep a hold of that one. But after leaving a mission, you now have what is basically an infinite scrap recovery system. With a twist. It will group all of them into certain categories, so the example that they are using is the Vidar Plating Mark 1, and you will hold an infinite number of them. This is the Mark 1 and 10 of them. You will be given the option to inspect it for endo, and at that point you will discover what the stats of it are. And it's also at that point it will go here. Until then, it's just going to sit as unknown scrappage, unknown scrap wreckage, before it then becomes known scrap wreckage, using endo to get the stats of it. So you can see the stats of already found scrap wreckage. This was well, the mission I did just before the update, and it tells you what it is. The scrap wreckage recovery system, even though, well, the recovered wreckage in there should say recovered wreckage there, it is literally coming up as the same slash tab. Inventory / scrap wreckage. That would be scrap repaired, that is scrap wreckage, and that's coming up as the same thing. That should probably be called scrap recovered wreckage when you actually go in there, so you know what page you're looking at, but it's going to be infinite. You'll be able to come in here, and inside of that item you will then be able to identify it using endo, and then it will tell you what the stats are, and then you can scrap it or repair it or just continue and uncover another one. This is to fix the whole fact that while doing missions, sometimes you can end up coming out with a lot of scrap wreckage, and well, you kind of lose it all at the end of the mission if you have too many in there. If you find more than 30 doing mission after mission after mission after mission, which, while farming for intrinsics or for Sevagoth or for fun, I know it sounds weird to say about railjack, doesn't it? But I've been playing it, I really want to say for fun. I haven't even unlocked every node in the railjack yet, but I'm still looking for that Sevagoth chassis. It evades me like crazy. But while doing that, I'm just doing it, having fun, leveling stuff up because it's railjack. Just for the pure fun of it. But if you were doing mission after mission after mission, you can fill that 30 scrap wreckage very easily, meaning that this whole new scrap recovery wreckage system means that you won't lose wreckage when you come out of a mission, which is great. That is life-saving. There is also, in this update, because somebody's going to kick off, I haven't mentioned it, Tennogen Round 20 Part 2. There is a few, actually. Baruch's. I like the look of the outfit, not the helmet, but, again, time will tell. There is 2 Baruch skins. Ooh, that mag. That's not mag, is it? No, it's not. I was going to say, that's Cora. Oh, Cora's Grak skin. No, no, no. There is 2 pieces of armor, shoulder plates and a chest plate. I don't know why they separate these things. It should just be an armor set instead of shoulder plates or a chest plate. There is 2 sandanas. The one on the left, I'm really looking forward to seeing in-game on everybody's back, though I think the butterfly wings are probably still the most successful. Somebody will correct me on this. Tennogen item ever, because those things are everywhere. There is a helmet for Korra that does look good, but I was hoping that was going to come as part of a skin. And yeah, just three new melee weapons. And sadly, the tonfa at the bottom here, that I may use. I'm really looking at that and thinking it's the broken, no spoilers, but it's based on another weapon. I've pretty much already said what it was without actually saying what it was. I didn't finish that sentence, but I came close, and it looks kind of like that. So that skin looks, I mean, they all look good. All Tennogen items do look really good, but that is really tempting, especially considering, well, I kind of have the Cronin Prime equipped still. I like dual wielding melee weapons. I don't know why I took it off, but there is a reason I have been playing as Wisp for the past, well, the last mission. I'd equipped her previously, but oh, I've been looking forward to this since they showed it in the dev stream. There is also 4 new augments. Airburst augment for Zephyr, that's basically an airburst augment. Each enemy hit by airburst is going to get increased secondary damage. Wait, really? Each enemy hit by it will get increased secondary damage. They're secondary, so they're going to do more damage to you? Kind of weird on the wording there, isn't it? I'm assuming it would be a secondary damage type you deal to them. Protea's dispensary augment. Repair dispensary. Hold to create a dispensary that will revive the sentinel or companion Moas of a player within. Yeah, that is going to be so useful. I just want to know one thing about that, and we'll come back to that in a second, because Grendel, Nourish, clear status effects and gain 2 seconds of status immunity for each victim in Grendel's stomach. Also could be really good. Now, Protea, what is your dispensary ability doing on my Frost? Oh yes, that's right, I put it on there. Will her augment for that ability work on other frames? No, it's for Protea. Wrong. It will work. It goes with the abilities, not with the frame. So if you have dispensary on another frame, I'm going to have to do this because, well, this isn't my Umbral Frost. I don't know why these are even in here. You can, in fact, use it. So Repair Dispensary is going to find its way into my Frost somehow. I don't know how, or don't know where. I may swap out Chilling Globe, which is there, which I do have on his A configuration, and put this on instead, because within 14 meters every 60 seconds, the 60 seconds means nothing, because just in case you didn't know, if you put the dispensary or another frame's ability onto another frame using the Hellman system, it doesn't last 60 seconds. I think it lasts for 12. But it's Wisps that I've been looking forward to since the dev stream, hence she's equipped. Reservoirs Augment adds a 4th reservoir that gives you effects of all 3, but it costs 200% more energy. It costs twice as much, but you put all of them down. So instead of using her first ability 3 times, you use it once. Last time I checked, if you use one ability 3 times, that's 3 times the ability strength. But if you use one ability once, that costs twice as much as the equivalent of using it twice, not 3 times. So it's actually cheaper if you have this in there. Oh yes, let's go actually do something I never really do with augments when they come out, shall we? Did this in Capture originally, but kind of decided, well, that was pointless because you can't really see it. So you have health. And then you have haste, and then you have electricity. Don't know the name of these separately, honestly, who cares? It's what they do. This one gives health, this one gives haste, fire rate, sprint speed, etc, etc, and this one is shock. If I have those correct. Well, that's 3. As I said before, we top up with power and we go down here, there is 3 times the energy. 1, which is 25, 2, which is 50, and 3, which is 75. I'm also now starting to realise... No, did I? No, I didn't. Wow, I did that right. That would be shock, shock, and shock. That's 3. I just didn't change the ability. So 75 power to use 3 of them. Remembering you can only have 6 reservoirs active at any one time. So there's 3 on the floor beneath me and 3 in front of me. The new option, you can see it in the bottom right, does all 3 at once. Oh yes. Which means the 3 that were up there all disappeared at once. It's the equivalent of casting 3 of them at once. So if we go down here and do it again, 50 energy. I should probably have mentioned, if I put this down, that will disappear. Boop. The circle hasn't changed. If you look at the radius, it's the same radius. Ha ha ha. So the duration hasn't changed, the radius hasn't changed, nothing changes, it just does 3 at once. This is the first augment drop in a while where there is 2 that I have looked at, and, well, I'm definitely going to be using Proteas on Frost and Wisps. That was a no-brainer, that was always going to go in there, it was always going to stay there. Definitely. If you are looking for these, obviously Wisps you can find from New Loka or Cephalon Suda as Syndicate offerings. Grendel 1, Red Veil and Steel Meridian. Proteas is Arbiters of Hexus and the Parent Sequence. Zephyrs, Airburst. Red Veil and New Loka. I had a question that Zephyr's got an augment as well. I started with hers, but yeah. To be honest, Protea, Wisp, probably the 2 most useful of this. And it's been a while since they've dropped augments where there's 2 of them, frame augments, not weapon augments, that are instantly, insanely usable. I mean, granted, Proteas isn't as usable. Wisps is probably the most useful one they have done in a while. Depending on what frames you run as your main, to be honest. Because there is augments for other frames that are probably more useful than this. But I haven't used Wisp in a while, and I've wanted to go back to using her, and that, when they showed it, is just like, yeah, it saves energy, you're going to do all 3 of them at once. It's going on, no matter what. And with that, I think we'll leave this off here, so I can try and get this sorted, which will probably be a later video, sadly, because Steam just hates me so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.